Hello YouTube. Today I felt like I would like to discuss on domestic violence. Um, when it comes to domestic violence, I've had experiences with it. I've never been the type that could stay in it, like a lot of people that suffer with it. My personal experience was one time I actually dated a guy for 6 months. It took 6 months. He was very sweet. He never acted out of control. I would say like the last month before he actually went as far as to hit me was um, he was very he seemed like he was very jealous. He became very jealous and he would ask me a lot of questions. Um, One time he did something very embarrassing to me um, to see if I had slept with anybody. And the last time he actually did something, me and a friend, which was his cousin, was going to someone's house. She asked me to walk with her. It was just around the corner, and we were in an apartment complex. I was like, sure. And so I was, while I was on my way, he kind of like he got really upset. And she was still standing there before we even left. And he got a candy, threw it at her. And after he threw it at her, he was like, he was literally calling her out of her name, calling her a whore, a bee, and all that. And he was just basically saying that the house that she was intending on bringing me, well, having me walk with her to, because I wasn't going to go in, I was just walking with her and coming back. But he said that the house was like a whorehouse, and that a lot of fast girls go there, and guys that are just basically trying to get a lay go there a lot. And so he felt that she was trying to bring me over there for a purpose. Me, on the other hand, I knew the girl well. She knew who I was and what I was about. So um, I didn't really see anything wrong with it because I mean, honestly, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know about the house. Anyways, he literally got very violent with me. I mean, in my case, most women fight back. In my case, I didn't because I felt like this, that if I hit him back, that he will find that as an occasion to retaliate. Okay? Most men feel like this. If you hit me like a man, I will fight you like a man. So I wasn't going to give him that satisfaction. And I feel like, I did basically save myself by doing that. He called me a coward and everything, but it didn't last but a minute. And honestly, guys, I left. I did care about him, but I feel like this. I've seen domestic violence before. When someone can't control their anger like that, they go off the handle. That's a life. That's a childhood full of not being able to control yourself. You know, it's not going to take a week or a sudden enlightenment that will change that person. It's going to take a lot of work for that person to change. And you don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with someone who is trying to learn how to change themselves. They may never change. And so I left. 2 weeks later, he gets with another girl. Okay? 2 weeks later, I found out that she had called the police because he had locked her in a bathroom, constantly beat on her. Okay? It turns out that his past was that he used to beat on women anyways, which I didn't know about. Um, and he was known for hurting people, hurting women. So when she went up with that and she had broken bones and everything, she ended up he ended up going to prison for like 60 years for kidnapping because he locked her up and won't let her leave, and 20 years assault. So basically, he's going to be in there for almost the rest of his life, you know. But it don't always happen like that. She was able to get away, you know. You think that people aren't crazy enough to go further than beating you up, that's wrong. They can actually kill you. And apparently her injuries were bad enough where they actually gave him that sentence like that. And so I just want to bring that to everybody's attention. Um, I've had friends that were in domestic violence and they were with the men for years. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is no time for judgment. This is no time to make them feel stupid. This is time to be as supportive as possible and realize and let that person know how they're loved. Because if you always subject to that person to ridicule, all they're gonna do is build up a big old wall again between you and them, and they're gonna be like, well, nobody cares anyway. So honestly, I will support that person as much as possible. Listen, show that you care. Also, the best thing to do is give them resources. Let them know about crisis centers, support groups. I mean, one thing that people that are abused have an issue with is somebody from the outside, which they feel like do not understand, to tell them something. They're like, you don't know my situation. You've never been through my situation. And really, it's the fact that it is a mixture of not wanting to be alone, also hoping against hope that the person that they're with will change and they actually do love the person. I mean, it's not even a love anymore, it's almost a dependence of them being there. So, we know how sad men are that actually hit on women. They're really cowards deep within. Some of them are just really, just literally crazy. Um, but I feel like this that, you know, I mean, people got to learn how to love themselves. Women have to learn how to love themselves because if they don't love themselves, they just they have to. It feels like they have to get some love from someone else. That's really what it is. I mean, and if they cannot learn how to be alone, they're gonna always want to have that dependence of someone always being there. That's what it's called, codependency. Codependency is almost like a mental illness because you just can't be alone. And no matter what abuse you're suffering through, you're willing to sacrifice yourself in order to not be alone and to have this false image of love. But I wanted to bring that to you, and hopefully people make strides to, the men will at least, make strides to change. I mean, some women even abuse as well, but everybody who's been abusive, I mean, focus on getting help, you know, focus on learning how to release your anger and deal with your anger in more positive ways. There's counselors for people who can't control their anger. For women, same thing, or the people that are being abused. Find someone to talk to, learn how to appreciate yourself, love yourself, and as well as don't block people that are actually trying to hand out a hand to you because they truly care. Well, I just want to thank everybody for watching my domestic abuse video. You all have a nice day.